Good evening,
How is it going?
wonderful peoples. It's going. It's going. How are you?
Doing good.
Good, good,
Doing
good,
good.
good. Um, oh, somebody's here. Matt made it. Yay, Matt.
Woohoo!
Hola.
Matt, hola, what's up?
What's up?
Matt, I had a casualty this week.
Uh-oh.
Good.
Look at my beautiful mustache.
Oh yeah.
It's so sad. I was trimming it, dude, and my daughter came up and pulled on my arm, and I was like, "Oh," and I was like, no! She just wanted me to get her a glass.
Oh, that's
Oh.
funny. Oh my gosh. Well, start over. It's okay. It'll grow
It
back.
happens. It happens.
So, welcome to the Love of Lapidary Podcast, Season 3. It's actually Episode 3. I don't know what I was doing when I was making the links. I was trying to hurry, and I usually, when I make the thumbnail, I pull up the last one, so all I got to do is edit it. But when I went to pull up the last one, it was blank, and I was pulling a blank, and I was running out of time because, I was super late. So, sorry, this is episode 3-4.1, and next week will be 4-2. So, anyway, welcome in, everybody.
Poor Brad. I feel so bad for Brad.
Yeah, Brad's trying to sign in.
Where's Dave tonight? Has anybody heard from Dave?
Dave, I think Dave's been having some work issues. Not
Yeah.
positive. He'll make it if he can. Sometimes he's got to work late. So where's Andrew?
Out. He had some stuff he had to do today, so.
Okay. Well, it's the three of us then. Hi, guys.
Yep. He said
And,
next week he's gonna take my spot and talk more.
Good.
So I'm like,
Good.
yeah, that's great.
I like it when Andrew is on screen and he talks. He's such a compelling soul truly, right? I wish we could get him to talk more and be on screen more because he really does a fantastic job. Hi, Kelly.
He's just so afraid to cut people off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be rude.
Right. I mean, we're all rude without intending to be. He can be rude without intending to be too.
Yeah,
It
that
happens.
happens to me.
Yeah.
I just did it to Matt, I think.
Yeah, it happens.
What were you gonna say, Matt? Were you gonna say something?
No, I just said it happens. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we want to talk about tonight? Hey,
Hey,
look,
Art and Kelly, hello.
is that Art?
Yeah, SC Loki, definitely.
Okay, I've always wondered who
I
that
think
is.
it's Southern California Loki, and Art's nickname is Loki. That's what we call him.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, he had that nickname before I knew him, but ever
Right.
since I've known him, we either call him Loki or Art.
Right. I like connecting the name. Not that I'll remember, but I do like to know who the people are behind the names, right? So we're going to talk about some rocks tonight. Any rocks in particular you guys want to talk about?
We just got some old stock piranha agates from Brazil, and they're
Nice.
crazy. They're
Nice.
crazy. Been out of the ground for probably 60 years, somewhere
Wow.
around there.
Wow.
So that dig is gone, long gone.
That's cool.
If there's any of them that you get now, it's because a lot of those after that time period, they just took them and they dug them back into like dirt in the earth and left the piles there. You know,
Okay. Right.
people are finding them finally. So
Right. Santa Cruz Loki.
Santa
Okay.
Cruz Loki, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure he lives in California. That's why I said that. That's where my guess came from.
Apparently Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Nice place to be.
Right. Yeah, you where you are is really nice too, Matt, but you've got all that crazy humidity down there that they don't have in
Oh, it's
California.
brutal lately for sure.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
My husband was saying, I don't know if it's the whole East Coast or what, but we're supposed to be in this whole heat bubble for like the next month. So it's supposed to be blistering hot for several
I saw in the news this morning that the Midwest is getting some pretty good heat right now too.
Really?
So we've been up in the 90s and touching 100 for the last probably
Ooh.
3-4 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably more in the bubble than we are. We're 80s and 90s right now.
We hit 90 yesterday for the first time.
Did you really? Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, well, guys, we still have warm summers up here for sure. We get over 100,
Right.
and when the humidity is so high because there's water everywhere,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it feels like when I lived in Oklahoma, except for not quite as hot. I mean, it would get hotter there. I feel like,
Yeah.
but it never gets too hot here to where I complain about it. That's for
Right.
sure.
Well, and your summer's kind of over, like in the blink of an eye, right? Is that
Yeah,
like
but then
super quick?
we have feet of snow.
And then you have like 9 months of winter.
Yeah. 8, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Worth it,
stunningly
though.
beautiful where you live. though,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah.
so worth it. Like
Yeah.
it everything is so untouched. I love it.
Right. Right.
Love it.
I don't know that anything is worth 9 months of winter. Sorry. It's beautiful, but I don't know that
I keep blaming that for why I keep getting fat. Just getting ready for winter, guys. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. Too
Prepping for winter. I
So,
tell you, when I lived in upstate New York, it was brutal like that wintertime, you know. I remember it snowing in the beginning to mid-May and snowing in early October, late September. I mean,
yes,
it
right?
was crazy.
Wow.
It was beautiful. I mean, mountains, you know, beautiful country, but
Right.
I lives in Ohio, not Ohio, buddy. I live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, like right up against Canada.
Yeah, he's right by Canada. Yeah,
Like it's Michigan and then we're up.
right. Crazy. Yeah, Wisconsin is only what, 45 minutes?
No, like
I remember
4.
because when I came
I can get to
in-
Niagara, Wisconsin in 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I see. I'm thinking Green Bay, right? Because that's where I flew
Green
into. when I
Bay
came
is
to
like
visit.
a
like
hour,
an hour,
15
right?
minutes, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That park we went to.
Oh, you lived in Ohio. I got you.
That park we went to when I came to visit you, was that on the Wisconsin side?
No,
I didn't think so. Okay.
no.
I don't know. Maybe next time I come, we'll have to. I'm going to see Ryan and Andrew later this year. I'm determined. Some
you got some
point.
good rock hounding up that way.
Everywhere. Yeah, like banded iron formation, like jasperite, everywhere. We have Kona dolomite is from here. We have Lake Superior agates. We have Upper Peninsula fluorescent sodalite up here because I'm not calling it the other thing. Don't feel like getting in trouble. We have a lot of stuff. Copper. We're copper country. This is
Yeah.
copper country for sure. Quartz, amethyst.
Nice.
There's a lot of stuff up here. You just got to get out and look. Jaspers everywhere that are undiscovered. I mean, literally 95% of the land where I live is undiscovered, like untouched.
Right. It's
Just covered in
it's
trees.
freaking beautiful. It's amazing. You go up to that. What's that ski slope that we went up to? And
Oh,
looked
Pine
down?
Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like from looking
It's an
down,
Olympic
like I
ski
would
jump.
go down there and just start digging holes. You know what I mean? I mean, I know you can't, but I would love to. Right?
Just see Courtney down there with a metal detector.
Right? We're like, sorry, y'all. Need to find some stuff. So, where is Money Bay? I want to know. I know where Monterey Bay is, but where's
Is it
Money
in
Bay?
Santa Cruz?
Never heard of Money Bay before.
I'm looking it up.
I was just going to say, I guess I could Google it. I'm on a computer, right? What part of Ohio did you live in, Art? Monterey, okay.
Oh no, I know where Monterey Bay is. I haven't even got to look that one up.
Yeah.
I
That's
came
what
through with money, and I was like, "You live in like the Virgin
exactly, yeah,
Islands?" Or-
where's Money Bay? I never heard of that. I lived in Monterey when I was a kid. So, Dayton, Ohio. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Nice. Nice. Yeah, Monterey's gorgeous. It's a real pretty area.
and what part of Florida are you in again, Matt?
St. Augustine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, St. Augustine is really, really, really nice.
Yeah, we actually live right between St. Augustine and Jacksonville. It's called St. Augustine, but it's about halfway.
Okay. My girlfriend lives in St. Augustine too. Do you know by chance? Oh gosh, what's the name of it? Never mind. I don't remember. It's a resort condo place that's right there. Um, I can't remember the name of it though. Her husband worked there for years, but now I'm drawing a blank. So oh well, sorry.
They're all over. This place is fastest growing county in the state. It's
Yeah.
one of the fastest growing counties in the nation right now.
Oh wow. Because
Yeah.
you're right there in that little pocket, right? So you don't get a lot of the hurricane activity, and if you do, it's not too god awful bad, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like a little pocket of, I don't want to jinx you guys. It's a little pocket of paradise, a little pocket of the Fountain Youth is there, the Gator place.
Yeah, that Gator place is pretty cool. That's
Yeah, really
actually
cool.
from the early 1900s.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. Every time I haven't been down there in years, but when we do come down, I usually try and make a trip to the Gator Farm.
Man, I'm a sucker for old historic towns. Like, I had so much fun in New York City just looking at buildings and stuff.
Yes.
Like, everybody was worried about shopping, and I was like, why can't we just walk? Literally, I just want to go look at these old buildings.
Yeah.
Like, we went to Philadelphia. Dude, my mind was blown. I love that stuff. I
Did
want
you
to
go
go
to
to
the
Rome
Museum?
so bad.
Philadelphia is really cool as far as old architecture, and
Yes.
I too appreciate those old buildings and bridges. I look at them, and I've been involved in building a couple modern bridges, and I look at the older ones, and I'm like, these guys built this with, torches,
Ropes and pulleys, man.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you go
That's
to
why
the
I want to go to London and over there and see all that old architecture. I don't know. That blows my mind. Like old castles and stuff they built by hand, stone by stone. That stuff shocks me.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah,
Or
they
like
did some really intricate, amazing stuff with way less that I think is just so much nicer than even
like
the
I want to
stuff
go to Egypt,
they do
but I
now.
don't want to go to Egypt. You know what I mean? I don't know any of that old stuff. I tell you, we went to some pyramids in Mexico, and they were so cool. That's what got me kicked on it. Was just thinking of how like this ancient civilization built this. It was insane. It was insane. The size of the stones and stuff. Like what?
Yeah, and how did they move that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It blows my mind still.
Old Mayan ruins.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, like where they could sit there and they clap outside of it. And it sounds like a bird whistling back at you. It was insane.
Really?
Like the way that they made these structures, they had pots shaped like different animals, and whenever you pour the water for it, it sounds like the animal that it's shaped like. They were
Seriously?
brilliant people when it came to art. It was
Wow.
yeah, like death whistles, all that stuff. Like
The
they knew how
heck
to
was
strike.
a death whistle?
You never seen a death whistle? Like a Mayan or Aztec death whistle?
No,
They
I
had
gotta
these
look it up.
whistles, and all of their warriors would carry them, and
Right.
they would blow them at the same time, and it would sound like 1,000 dead people like screaming, like people that were dying. You should check that out. Yeah, the pots, the animal pots, the water pots. If you've never seen that was really cool. That's ancient technology. Stonehenge would be so sick, but I'd probably get in trouble because I'd be like, "What kind of stone is?" Be getting in trouble for touching stuff, but that's what us rockhounds do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like now you walk past buildings, dude, and I'm seeing like really expensive gemstones stuck in the side of a building now that I never ever before would have paid attention to stuff like that.
Yeah. Some kids just vandalized Stonehenge.
And are you serious? I just don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't understand
Like the
why
people throwing paint on the Mona Lisa, even though it's covered in glass. Like, why in your mind would you want to ruin something like that? It makes
lack of
no sense.
respect. I mean, society now has,
Like Germany during World War II,
manners.
they destroyed so much stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So much art.
historic
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
Well, like the Amber Room. I showed you guys the Amber Room. They had to completely rebuild a lot of that.
Right.
It's
crazy.
crazy. Why touch art? Why
Yeah.
touch things that we can't replace? Our history. Like, I understand if there's like a dictator ruling a country that has statues all over the place and he gets, like a tyrant, gets taken down and then they tear his statues down, whatever.
Right.
But like Mona Lisa wasn't a tyrant. Neither was
Right.
Leonardo da Vinci. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So
People are silly now. The appreciation isn't there.
I hear, and that's crazy because in Europe, normally a lot of their stuff is like doesn't get messed with like that. There's castles everywhere still, even abandoned ones, and they don't tear them down and stuff. They take
Right.
people on tours, and
Well, there's different.
I agree with you, Loki. That's
Yes,
messed up.
Loki, absolutely right. But there's also culturally, countries are changing, right?
Oh yeah, a lot.
And
I know.
the cultures that are moving into areas and countries, they don't care. They don't care about the history before they came, right? They care about making it their own, right? Hey, Dwayne. And it's
I think
sad.
we should preserve all of our history before
See,
we're a
and I
bunch of
agree with
idiots that
that.
know nothing.
Yeah, even here, right? All of the, in schools, they're not teaching history anymore. They're
Can you
teaching
imagine, like, if the
2001
Library of
forward,
Alexandria
right?
hadn't been
Like
burnt
that.
down? We would know so much.
Right, right. There's so much history that is just lost now. If we're not
Hey,
teaching our kids about it, and let's face it, I mean, the only history that you really learn is
what they tell you.
is the history that whoever won wanted you to know anyway, right? I'm trying to be politically correct, and some
That's
of
how
what I
history's
say
made, though.
are very difficult.
It's won and it's lost, for sure.
Yeah, and
It is.
Narrated now.
yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it, right? And they're going to tell you what they want you to know. They're going to tell the kids what they want them to know, and people aren't making sure. Let's face it, there's a basic, to some degree, a lack of parental oversight in some of the education, right? And people are just trusting the
system.
I
to
think
do what's right, and the system is not doing what's right. It's just that simple, right?
I
That's
tell you,
my-
with
right?
a young kid in school, and I'm sure you see it too, Ryan. There's just too much political steering allowed into
Yes.
what's being taught to these kids nowadays, and it's disgusting to me.
It is.
Without getting into the politics piece of it, because I really don't want to do that, but
Yeah.
it's pretty disgusting. If you want your kids to know about true history and about events that actually unfolded that shaped our country into what it is, and the reason to answer the reasons why without allowing a bunch of
Opinions.
agenda entered into it, you have to teach them yourself. You have to allow
I
them
definitely
to
do. I
see.
bet you might. I might be covered in tattoos and have gauges, but my kids are going to be right.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And I
true.
think that was a really good way to put it, Beth, because I think the teachers today are allowed way too much to bring their opinions into the classroom. Instead of teaching facts, they're teaching their own opinions. Right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that's wrong. So anyway, back to rocks.
Matt, have you done any stonework lately? Found any new stones, anything like that you want to talk about?
Dude, finding stones around here, you can find sand.
Oh,
I
I
do
thought you
know
were
where.
finding jaspers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I do know where some is. I just haven't had a chance to get over there.
Mm.
But soon, yeah, I'm gonna head over there soon. I actually found, and I'm gonna try out some. It's a expanding demolition epoxy. You mix it with water instead of like trying to fracture rock. You drill a hole in the rock, or drill a couple of holes in the rock, and you mix up this. It's an epoxy, and it's expanding foam, and you pour it in the holes, and it expands and it fractures rock, splits the rock. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah, because some of those rocks are, they're rather large for me to try to bring out.
Bring
And
out the chainsaw, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know how that works because that would be a great way to, you want to see what lives inside of it without having to
Yeah.
drag a 100-pound rock home. That'd be a great way to do it, right?
and it's a lot more controlled than a hammer. I mean, my last few that I got, I've got a 10-pound sledge, and I beat on the thing until it broke into pieces. But
Right,
then you wind up with fractures in your pieces that you have. So
right.
I'd like to.
The best way that I've seen to do it is drill holes. You drill holes in and then get the expanding leaflets that you tap in with a hammer through the
Yeah.
different holes like old masons used to do.
Yeah,
Like Dan Hurd does that, but the foam is a new age thing, and I also would like to know how that works, like if it works good or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
do it.
absolutely.
I've
We
got
would sure love your insight on that one.
And you
I've got
said
some
it's
battery powered hammer drills, so I'm gonna then you're not dealing with a generator and cords and
Yeah.
yes,
all that,
yes. You said it's expanding demolition
Yeah.
epoxy.
It's foam, I believe.
Epoxy foam. Okay.
I'll get you the name of it here.
Feather wedges is right, Loki. I was looking for the word feather
Feather
and I just
wedges.
couldn't get it.
Okay. Hey,
So
Twyla.
it's two wedges that have like a split top, and there's a piece that goes in the middle, and you
Yes.
hit that piece, and you just go back and forth until they're flush. Once it's flush, that means they're fully expanded, but it should crack by that point. If not, you got to drill another hole and use another pair.
Gotcha.
Have you ever seen Dan Hurd mine his BC Ocean Wave on YouTube? That's what he uses. He drills holes, but that's how he cracks off 300-pound pieces. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I've seen people do it. I just never knew that was the name of it. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. I like Robert's comment. Modern life is disposable. Just going to get a new one.
You just have to teach your kids that it's not disposable.
Right.
You only get one.
You only get one. Make the best of it, right? Feather wedges. Yeah, I like that. Somebody else I saw doing that. I can't remember who it was now. It's been so long ago.
Oh, it's grout.
Grout?
Yeah, it's expanding demolition grout. It's made by Dexpan.
Guys, I just got these in today from Miss Courtney King. Chrysoprase plugs for my sister's memorial. They're
Nice.
awesome.
So glad they made it.
Me too. They got lost, and we were both like, "No!"
Yeah, well, it was. I mean, it's my own fault, right? Lisa and I do all the packaging and stuff, and yours I packaged myself because I had them here, right? But we go together and do all the shipping, and I didn't, when I gave her the bag with the shipping stuff, I didn't say, hey, don't give them Ryan's, his has to go UPS. So she just dropped everything off at the post office. So when
Well, at least you have an honest post office.
and I'm
That's
so
cool.
glad that you let me know that they hadn't come, because as far as I knew, they got delivered, right? And so when I called the post office to ask them, thank God I got a really nice lady. And I told her, I said it'd be in a purple bubble mailer. It had a UPS tag. And she said, oh, it happens all the time. the UPS drivers come, we give them to them. I'm sure that's what happened, but let me go look, make sure it's not still here, because I was going to go pick it up and put it back in because I paid for 2-day shipping. And she came back and it wasn't still there. And I keep looking at the tracking and it still says ready to ship, right? Ready to ship, ready to ship. And I'm like, oh no, it's never going to get there. So yeah, when you got on tonight and you had them in your ears, I was like so thankful.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to put them on. I didn't even look at them.
Did you really?
I just took my Amber ones out and put them in, and I was like, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm so
because
glad
if
they
they
fit.
don't fit, then I can't be excited about them, right? I got Brian Yansati, I love that guy so much. He made me surfite plugs one time, and they're 1 1/4 inch. I need to cut
Yansati
them
did?
down. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. But they're
Nice.
too big. I need to cut them down a little bit.
They're 1 1/4.
Yeah, and that's why now I put them in before I admire them because I took his out of the pocket and I was like, these are so cool. They're surfite. They're surfite from Brian. You know, I was so excited, and then I went to go put it in and I got half of it and I was like, no. I was like, I was so mad. I was so mad.
So you just need them cut down like 1/4 inch. Are they too thick or are they too round?
Round.
Wow. Dude, send them to me. Or send them back to him.
I'm just afraid to ruin them. I'm afraid to ruin them because he made them for me.
Yeah. Well, they may just be.
They're just in my collection as one of my pieces.
Oh, they're just lookers. Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I only have certain pairs
I
that
don't
I
know
wear.
that I would want to really mess with them either because I would hate to screw up something of his. That would be terrible.
Yeah, I would kind of feel bad even touching it with how known that he is. I'm like, I'm just gonna collect these. I have Brian Yansati plugs. Just like I got that ring from Mark and it started getting scratched up and I was like, I'm putting this away. I'm not wearing this anymore.
Yeah. The one that Mark Anderson made you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not made of money. I can't just keep going and buying.
Right?
I keep going and buying stuff. But I mean, if I gotta look nice,
I don't know. Go to Art's house. Apparently, he's got a bay of money.
Did that ring from Mark have the quartz shield on it, or was it straight gem bone?
No, mine's gem bone.
But it didn't have the quartz on the front.
The quartz cap. No, I didn't want that. I like it. I like it how it is.
Right.
But it's all nice, really thick silver, and it was the old style where he was still doing the circular ones, where he was insetting it and making the entire front, like even the silver part of the dome. So I don't know. I don't want to wear it. I like it too much. I don't know.
Right.
That's something like you save and you give your kid when they get old. His stuff is not cheap and it is phenomenal, like crazy quality.
Yeah.
So.
Is it a cast ring?
No.
It's not cast.
Mm-mm. Nope. It's one of what he does is he's a carver, so he will get the tubes already cut, like with if he's doing titanium, to where it's a long tube, and then he just cuts pieces off. But mine's silver, so he just cuts a silver tube, and then he put the silver tube piece around the gem bone, soldered that to the top. You know what I mean? And then he engraved the entire thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it looks like broken ground, the whole bottom part of it and stuff does. And then when you turn it over, there's a T-Rex footprint on the back, like breaking all the ground around it.
Nice.
It's amazing. I just don't want to wear it.
Yeah, he's super talented.
I need to get a titanium one from him so I can beat the crap out of it. You know what I mean? And not have to. Titanium takes a lot more of a beating than silver does.
It does, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm a sucker for silver. I love it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to set. I'm waiting on my flux to show up. My solder showed up, but I'm going to try my hand at setting. So.
Are you? Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we don't do that.
Yep.
I like our caveman style freaking necklaces.
If I was gonna, I've sold a couple of your necklaces lately. Sold a couple at the festival, and I sold a couple at the store. Yeah, absolutely. If I was gonna do setting, I would just have to buy mountings, and then just cut stones to the mountings. You know what I mean?
When you're good enough to do it.
I don't know that I don't know why. I just don't. I don't. I've never tried it, so who knows, right? But I feel like I would be a really messy solderer, and I'm afraid to try. How stupid is that? I'm afraid.
So don't you use spread flux in silver soldering? Like where you spread a little bit of flux inside the lines that you're putting together, and then whenever you go to solder, it kind of just fills in?
There's a couple different ways to do it.
I've seen that online where it just fills in the whole gap at one time. It's not like you're going across soldering. It just is like
right.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll fill, but it'll fill wherever. So it has to be tight. It won't actually fill a void, right? So
Gotcha.
it has to be tight. There has to be connection
Like a hairline, right?
where the two surfaces are contacting.
Right.
And it'll flow wherever the flux is. So this is one of the pieces I'm going to make it. It's a piece of Larimar that
Larimar. I love it.
So I'm going to make a necklace.
That's on my list.
Necklace for Emma. Yeah, make a necklace for Emma.
There you go. Nice.
Oh, that'll be really cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, I want to buy like one of those pieces you see that look like the ocean and just cut a slab out of it and send it to you, Courtney. Just a thick slab and be like, send that back to me. He loves you.
I was going to say, yeah. I wish you had told me that before I sent you all that rough Larimar years ago.
I wasn't thinking about that years ago.
Right? Yeah, it's been a long time ago. I hate cutting Larimar.
Oh, really?
It's not that I won't do it. I'll do it.
It's just the pectorite in it. You
Sometimes, it's finicky.
It is.
And I get to a point with it. There's not many stones that I get to a point with, but that, like, I literally have to just put it aside. Because if I don't put it aside and walk away and come back in a couple weeks when I'm not mad at it anymore, it's going to be flying across the room and it's going to end up in many, many pieces. And it's just very expensive to do that with. You know what I mean? So we definitely have to make sure if we do that for you that it's a quality piece. So we'll probably have to get it from Matt. So
it's I couldn't tell you how many pieces of it I've broke.
Yes, it's so easy.
And it'll be where you don't expect it. Sometimes where you expect it, you're like, well, it's got a little bit of a, it's
right.
the white veins you see running through it.
Yes.
But sometimes they're as solid as the rest of it.
Right. Yeah, it's a crapshoot.
For
you
me,
can almost take a thinner piece that's really high quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And use black jade, completely flatten it, and I could use that jeweler's resin and bond the two together, and then it would make it way easier for you to make the plugs.
Yeah.
I could just send you the whole slab already put together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just cut it out and go.
Yeah. I mean, we could make it work one way or the other.
Who cares about that? I'm about to have a kaleidoscope and I ain't going to wear nothing else anyway. I'm not going to wear anything else anyway.
Right.
Oh,
Look, I bought those 3 slabs of Larimar from Matt. It's been probably a year ago, right? It's been a year or more ago.
Yeah.
And they're still sitting. I haven't even taken them. They're still taped in the original package. And I just, every now and then I look at them. Like, am I in that mood today? No, leave them alone.
If they came from him,
I have to be in a certain headspace to even think about messing with that stuff. You know what I mean? And I just haven't been. And that's partially, the time frame because of opening the store, and all the other stuff that's been going on. But hopefully here soon, that'll change a little bit. My son is going to start working at the store with us and kind of take over some of the business side of the business, so to speak, and the website maintenance and that kind of stuff. So kind of free me up a little bit to get back to doing the actual art making.
Well, that's cool though.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I hope he loves that.
I hope he just absolutely falls in love with all of it.
I do too. I know it's a little I don't know. I guess I'm putting words in his mouth because we haven't really talked about it. He doesn't seem like he's not excited about it, but it's a big change for him from what he's doing now. So I really, I hope he's excited about it. He doesn't know anything about rocks, other than watching me and the stuff that I give him.
You'll learn, huh?
I've made him some cabs, and that kind of stuff. But so it'll be a whole new world for him, and I hope that he loves it as much as I do.
If I was a young man again and I had a chance to get into this way earlier than I did, I would be all over it.
Right.
All over it.
Right. So yeah, so we'll see. Well, that's 2 weeks away. 2 weeks. What's today? Wednesday? Not quite 2 weeks. He starts at the store on my birthday. So
Nice.
Heck yeah.
stupid excited.
What a gift, huh?
Right? I'm telling you, I'm so excited, you guys. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I hope that he's excited too. I know change is hard, right? So
Yeah, but sometimes changes for the best too.
absolutely, change is always,
It's all perspective on how you
it's
look
all
at it.
perspective. Yeah, and it's this company is going to be his one day, right? So it's also, it's time for him to learn the other side of it too, the paperwork side of it and the money side of it.
I'm not gonna lie, Court. If you looked at me and you were like, you could own this floor company or you could own this rock company, I would be like, rocks, woohoo!
Yeah, you could own them both.
Yeah, I know, and just pay people to do it.
It's all one company, right?
Yeah.
So all you got to do is know how to do the paperwork, and you're golden.
Yeah, and have good
And
workers.
The rest of it is okay. Now you know this side of it. Now, what part of it do you want to do, right? Because he knows how to strip and wax floors. He's done that with me. He's going to learn how to do carpet cleaning, which isn't hard. You just have to learn how to run the machines, right? And there's a couple little tips and tricks, but it's not difficult. And yeah, the rock side of it, why would you not want to learn that?
Right?
I don't know.
It's something you won't forget.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun for me. I think it'll be fun for him too. So
Like you showed that Mexican Wonderstone, and I hadn't remembered the name of that. I hadn't said that in years, and instantly I was like, "It's Hickorite," because I just remembered what the name of it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not something I ever think about. But it's there.
Right.
It's
Right.
in there.
Yeah, I got to bring all that stuff home and get it slabbed up. And I kind of felt bad on that show because I don't know, it just wasn't a great show for us. But
I was spending time with your
I
rock
had a
family.
great time though, right? I had a great
Yeah.
time. I was hanging out with my people. I was opening boxes. I was looking, like stuff it's all future stuff, right? So financially, it wasn't a good show. I shouldn't say it wasn't a good show. It was a good show, but financially, it wasn't a good show, and that's okay, right? They can't always.
But it will lead to future good
I'm
financial
so excited
shows.
about some of the stuff that I opened, and then I still got 3 boxes of yours to open, and I know.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking everywhere for some Blue
Leopard,
Mountain.
It's the bigs. It's the looking everywhere for what?
A piece of Blue Mountain, and you pulled out that big chunk of Blue Mountain. I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "I've been looking everywhere."
Right? Yeah. So
Something's hard to find lately in my area.
It is
Like online. I wish I was Dave, or at least lived where Dave lives. Sometimes I could just go drive down the road and buy some dude's 70-year rock collection for $5,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't happen
it's no
around
big
here.
deal, right? Yeah. It doesn't happen around here very often either. You got to know the right people.
If it happens here, it's all Lake Superior agates or copper.
Really?
Yeah, but in Oregon they got like 80 things. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They have so much stuff up that way.
I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it.
Is that an opal?
Yeah. It's freaking beautiful, dude. It's sitting on my. I literally just looked down like, wow, that's an opal. And it's a beautiful opal.
What color is it? Red?
It's got orange, red, green. It's flashy as hell.
Is it cut already?
Sort of.
Might have got that from us, maybe.
It's got dop wax on the back. So it came off a stick.
You could have been cutting that for sure.
I don't know, dude. Like I said, it's just sitting here. Like, sorry.
It's like
Who
finding
has
money
who
in your
has
jeans
opals
after you
like that
wash
just
them.
laying around? Like,
Uh,
okay. But yeah, I guess I should do something with it.
yeah, my whole career in this industry, everything that I've ever loved, I just get to walk by somebody else's box as I'm wrapping it and be like,
Right? That's funny. Well, that's where, like with the rough, when you get a big old chunk of rough of something that you love, the end cut should be your keeper. Always.
yeah, but I got customers that all they buy is in cuts.
Oh,
Like Javier Cano, that's his whole thing. He loves in
oh,
cuts.
really? He likes the end
Yeah.
cuts. Hi, Emma.
Hello.
Hey.
That's interesting. Huh?
Yeah, we need her. Andrew's gone, Dave's gone, Brad's gone. We need him and here.
Right. It's just
Poor
us.
Brad wanted to get on, but he's having internet issues. That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Wait, was the show already over?
No, it's not over yet.
No, we have like 19 minutes left, I believe. Let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it.
Who was Jack?
We were talking about that lab or that Larimar being tough to cut. I think that labradorite is pretty tough too.
I could give you some tricks for that one.
Labradorite is kind of the same. Yeah, it'll shear off if you're not careful.
I had to learn some tricks making plugs in the beginning because that's all I did was making plugs, and I messed up. Because I didn't know, and I ordered like 80 pounds of labradorite that I had to process in the plugs. And I learned the hard way, but I learned.
Right.
You can't do really sharp cuts on labradorite and try to round it out, or it flakes off. You can't do that.
Yep.
You have to start from the face and push the face against and rotate downwards on every cut all the way around. That's the only way I've ever been able to get it like really nice high varnish without chipping or breaking. Because it'll chip on you, and it's finicky as crap.
And
It's
it's
so finicky.
Yep. Yeah, I've broke a couple pieces recently.
oh yeah.
Anybody else notice in the last year that market has gone? Where does the labradorite rough go?
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah,
it
I
has been so
seen-
readily available since I started doing this, and now where?
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen any either.
Like if you're anywhere and you see spectralite, especially, buy it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you.
The
I don't care if
spectralite
it's polished.
is what? It's got the lighter matrix,
It's
right?
from Norway, I believe.
Okay.
I gotta look this up now because I don't want to be lying or telling you the wrong
Right.
thing.
Because I feel like I have some of both. I have them in the same shoebox, of course, but I have a hard time with it buying rough because I don't know which way to cut it to find the flash.
Dinosaur bone.
Right. So I've got some amazing slabs that have stunning flash that I will cut. But all the rough that I have, like I'm afraid to cut it. I have a lady that sent me like a big polished freeform piece that's amazing. But she wants me to like slab it and make cabs out of it for her. And I'm like, why would you? It's freaking beautiful and it's polished. Why?
It comes from both Norway and Finland. Spectralite was. So I didn't lie. I just only had half of the equation. I felt like
Okay.
something was off when I said that. You know what I mean? So
Right,
I had to look it up.
Okay. But what are the differences?
Okay, so labradorite has the gray background,
Right,
and you could still get like every color.
right.
Spectralite has that really dark background, and the color is just like, you know what I mean?
Okay. I thought it was opposite. Right?
No, ma'am.
Gotcha. Interesting.
But any of that stuff with a flash in it, got the fire in it. It's tough chasing that because you can
Spectralite.
lose it.
You can lose it real easy. Gotcha.
Yeah, you can lose it real quick. You cut right
Yeah.
through,
Yeah. Or cut
Yeah,
it,
and that's not something you
cut
don't
it
just
the wrong
clamp it.
direction. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't just clamp that and cut whatever way you want. It won't work.
Right.
Promise me.
Right.
You got to get it wet, get inside of a good lit room, or outside is the best. If it's a nice sunny day, outside is amazing.
Right.
Just
And find the
turn
direction
every
of the
single
flash.
direction till you find the flash. And then whenever you find it, hold your fingers at the plane, turn it sideways, and draw a mark with a Sharpie so you know where your cutting plane is.
Okay.
That's what I've always done, and I get really good flash when I cut lab for our shows and stuff.
I think
Yeah,
I'll
I tell you,
just do all
whenever
my
I'm
rough-
cutting it, I look on the backside, right? I rotate that whole thing around to see if I can find where that vein runs through.
Right.
'Cause, you don't want to, I guess, cross cut it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because it's two
Right.
ways. So if it flashes on one side, you should be able to turn it over and flip it upside down and get flash at the same exact point on the other side. And then if you turn in between those 2 points and draw a line straight between them, and that's your cutting point.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a table in there, is really what it is. So you just have to find that table on both sides and cut at that plane.
I had a big hunk of it here, but I moved it out to the garage.
You know you collect and you have too many when you're moving stuff to the garage.
That's where it gets staged to get chopped up. You know.
Right.
If Courtney's house got so filled with stuff that she had to move to the garage, we would have to put her in rehab. Her house is massive. Like you could fit
Yeah, my
10
house is
Brady
pretty
bunches
big.
in her house.
I mean, I don't know if it's that. Yeah, it's pretty big.
She said, yeah, okay.
It's pretty big.
She's like, the modesty lasted for a second. Her house is ginormous.
Well, it's, when we bought this house, my husband wanted property.
Yeah.
I wanted a small house. We found the property. We did not find the small house.
Yeah.
Right? But we couldn't not buy it. You know what I mean?
No, your house is amazing.
From the front of the house, it looks like just a little small rancher. It doesn't look like it's anything. And then you go around to the back of the house and you're like, holy shit.
I've been on the virtual tour. I was like, holy shit.
It's
Like
amazing.
after the first 10 minutes, she started pausing and talking for a second. I was like, oh, she's done. Wow, your house is big. And then 20 minutes later, I was like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell, Courtney?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Well,
I
and
always kid with her. I'm like, dude, if like war happens or something and I
You're
gotta get out of
welcome.
here, I'm coming straight
Yeah.
there, dude.
that's why it is the way that it is. When we moved in here, it was 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. The basement was completely unfinished, and it's now 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 2 kitchens. Right? For that very reason, because we want to have enough room for people if the world goes to hell.
Amigo.
Hey,
You made it. You
Dave, and I
made
was
it.
like, Dave, where are you?
Hi, Santa.
Yes.
We're glad you made it. We missed you.
Christmas in June.
I was working so hard I completely forgot what time it was.
Oh, no. You're frozen. There you
Oh, now
are.
he's not. He was frozen.
Now you're unfrozen.
Now he's froze again.
Yeah.
Quick, take pictures while they're funny.
Utah.
Yep. Don't know where you went, Dave.
There he is.
Dude, why is this
He's a
so-
little twitchy, but he's there.
Even Matt did it. He went. I did it too. That's a clip. We should put that online. That was hilarious.
That's funny. If
Man.
anybody knows how to pull a clip, we absolutely can do that.
He's a little twitchy, but he's there.
Yeah. Dave, talk. Because I think at least we can hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We can hear you. We just can't see you real well, and that's okay.
Just can't see me.
There you
Yeah,
go.
So
you're
we
good.
changed
There
part
you
of our
are.
internet. We changed part of the internet mesh system, and this one hasn't caught up to the new stuff yet. So there's still some more settings that have to be made.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Well, how are you, Dave?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm been working on the property all day and been cutting that piece of Biggs jasper that I got, that flame jasper, rotating
Nice.
back and forth, and just got busy and forgot.
There
Is
you
it
go.
crumbling?
It is not, but it does have a fracture here and there that, like, when it comes off the blade and it hits the tray, it'll break in half. But so far, it has not crumbled into pieces.
Nice.
Yeah, a long time ago, I became a fan of once a slab comes off, taking it over. We have this hardwood table in the garage. I just walk over there and I'm rough
Just
with it
drop
for
it.
a sec. I don't know. I refuse to sell slabs to people that when they go to Cabot that just crumbles. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it. I'm not doing
And
it.
that's exactly what I did when it came off the saw. I just took it and I tossed it in the tray like that. And where there was a red spot of that red, it fractured down that red.
Okay.
Well, hopefully the rest of it's good though. You'll get a lot of good cabs out of it.
We'll find out at $12.50 a pound. I better.
Whew.
Did you say
that was
12
an
and a half?
$80 chunk.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's not so bad though. That's
at
not so
all.
bad. In a couple years, you wait, buddy. You'll be seeing it on Glacier Bros for 80 a pound, and everybody will be buying it.
Right.
Sad thing is, I could go dig it for $5 a pound.
Well,
Yeah, but that'll run out. That
Yeah,
flame,
It
right?
will.
It'll
It
run
will.
out.
Yeah, Jay. I was talking to Jay, the owner, and he's the one I got it from. And they're trying to pull all of the overburden away from it. They found it underneath another type of jasper, and they got to digging down. And so it seems like the further they dig, the harder it gets.
Well, that's great, though.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully, there's an abundance of it, and I'm wrong. You know what I
Well,
mean? I would love
yeah.
it. I love it.
So far, there seems to be a pretty good amount of it.
If there,
Nice.
the more there is, the cheaper it'll get.
Right.
So,
Right. Nice. Very nice.
and it is very attractive material. It
Yeah.
reminds me of Petersite. It reminds me of Petersite.
Well, if you actually look at it when you have it in your hand, it does not have that chatoyancy to it.
Yeah, I didn't. If you had like Petersite without chatoyancy, the color scheme
Yeah.
Right.
patterns remind me of Petersite.
The
Is
red
what I
and
meant.
yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice looking material. It's just going to take a little bit to figure out. And what I'm having to do is to keep the places where you want to get the color. I'm cutting it first one way, and then I'm taking it out and I'm turning it, and I'm cutting it that way, take it out and turn it and cut it that way. And so what you really do is like shaving a really good piece of roast beef, right?
Yeah, no, I get exactly
you're
what
turning
you're
it this
saying.
way because you see a spot you like, and you're getting that spot, and you say, oh, wait a minute, I got to cut on the other side now to get the other piece. So that whole piece will go all the way through like that.
I have definitely gone and had huge pieces of rough and faced every single side in a square to see which side I wanted to slab from. Just because, like, if it's
Right.
expensive material, you want the absolute best look that you can get out of it. That's
right.
how it is.
What I'm doing, that red, yellow, and black together, every time I cut, I look, and so I turn that piece just another direction so I can get another slab with that color variation out of it. What do you got there, Matt?
Oh, it's just a piece of fluorite. I'm just eyeballing this
Just a piece of fluoride. There's no such
pile
thing.
of massive pile of rock on my desk to see what's getting cut next. Oh yeah,
That's pretty.
Oh, there you
Nice.
go. Rainbow.
Yeah.
I'm
got a
a
whole
fan.
bunch of it. Yeah,
I
got
love
a whole
cabinet.
bunch of it.
It's so fun to cut.
Yeah. It
And then
is fun to cut.
Australian lace agate.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Nice.
So what were y'all talking about when I came on finally?
Shoot,
Rock?
everything.
Everything.
anything and everything.
We talked about some labradorite, talked about some Larimar.
We talked about piranha agates for a minute.
Yeah.
Just different cabbing techniques on things that are kind of harder to cab. We've talked about that since we've been on the show.
Yep.
We were talking about what you were just talking about chasing that pattern in that flame.
Right.
Because we were talking about the lab, and chasing that fire in the lab, making sure.
the expanding cement
Oh yeah,
that Matt
Yes.
found. We were talking about that
Yeah.
Expanding cement?
for breaking
I mean, I
rocks.
know what expanding cement is, but
Yeah.
Spending.
expanding demolition grout
That's what it is.
for fracturing rock
and what are you using that for?
to break rocks instead of a.
Oh, okay.
Because it's more.
I thought you were
controlled.
talking about some kind of color variation, and I was lost.
No, it's made by Dexpan. So you drill a hole, you take a hammer drill and drill a hole in the rock, a couple holes wherever you want the fracture to be, and then you mix your grout up, pour it in there, and then it expands and fractures the rock without
Oh, okay.
getting too carried away.
Right. Okay.
So then, do you have to re-chisel that back out then when you're done?
Well,
No,
that's a
I
good
mean, I'm sure you knock it off. It's so it's going to expand. It's going to displace. There's a picture.
I just didn't know how hard it was when it dried.
Right,
That was a
right.
question that went through my head. I just wanted to know.
Can you
You
guys
guys-
hear my saw running out there now?
I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's one that's been fractured with that deck span.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Look at
Ah.
that. Interesting.
Now, are you using this, Matt, to actually check to see what's inside of a boulder? Is that what you're doing, or?
I haven't used it yet. I just came across it, so there's another one. See all the
Hey.
holes in there?
it's better than hitting it with a hammer like a bell. Speaking
Right.
of, turn the bell on, like, share, and subscribe.
There you go. There you go.
So we were talking about me going out and getting some more of that material that I had found, I don't know, last year and a half ago.
That shirt?
Yes, but here's a piece of the. There's a piece.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
that's gorgeous, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and here's a piece of it actually polished.
Nice.
Yeah,
See, and I remember when you made that piece right
Yeah,
there.
that's pretty.
it's gorgeous stuff. It's
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
really
so-
good, nice neutral color tones to it. People like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So rather than break it with a hammer, I was looking for a alternative method. I mean, I could go out there with the saw, with the bar saw, chainsaw, and cut it. But those blades are pretty expensive. Those blades are about, I don't know, $280 a pop,
Right,
and
right.
that's a whole lot of cutting. So I was looking for an alternative way, and I can get quite a bit of that deck span for cheap,
Yeah, it
Well, I
looks
think
like the-
we
If
were talking
anybody
the other
comes
night.
across some fawn skin, I got one of my older customers looking for some fawn skin stone.
How much?
Oh, you mean like in weight? How much do I need? Probably just like 5 pounds. I don't need a bunch.
Let me look. I'll look. I'll let you know.
She's looking for like the real baby doe patterns. Like
Okay. Rough or slabs? I know I know I have some slabs. I
just
don't know.
yeah, I mean either. It doesn't matter. Even if you can get me a good slab, she would probably be happy. I just said 5 pounds because that's where my brain.
Yep, I got you. I'll let you know tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, guys, sorry to disappoint you. There was nothing that you were looking for up at the powwow this weekend. It was
Really?
the smallest show I've ever seen up there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know, we
No
got
Blue
blessed
Mountain
though. 'Cause
Jasper.
we got blessed. Courtney was opening up a box. And there was a huge piece of Blue Mountain in there. I was like, Courtney.
Oh, look what I've been hoarding.
No, I was opening boxes on my show, and box has been sitting here for months. That particular box has been sitting here for months. Didn't even know it was in there.
It shocked me. It was so
Yeah.
gorgeous. I was like,
And I was like, oh wow, look. Huh, who knew?
You know, that's one
So,
thing
yeah,
I love
we'll talk
about my
about
little
that, too.
shop. There are boxes everywhere in here. I have no clue what's in them.
Yep.
Some of them I haven't looked in 2 years, and it's like, oh wow, what is this? Where did this
Right.
come? I mean, it's
Right.
like having Christmas every time I come out here.
I was going through some of my rough the other day thinking, I don't even know what's at the bottom of these buckets. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a couple of 5-gallon buckets and I'm going to sort through it. And I may send off some packages to a good friend of mine to get rid of some stuff. So
Send some stuff off.
he's not listening, and that's okay.
oh, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I
All
just
right,
didn't think it meant me.
I mean, I might send you some too. You never know. Everybody might get a package. All right. We love you guys. Thank you so much for coming tonight. And we will see you next week for the 4.2 version of episode 4. Emma,
Yeah.
say goodbye to the people.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys. See you next
Bye-bye,
week.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.